770 days ago, the QuickTime Sprint Car Series traveled to the Charlotte Speedway for the World Finals of Season 3. They tried to get Season 4 up and running, never quite worked out, but they are back for Season 5 tonight. It is the SweetTCrochets QuickTime Sprint Car Series back for Season 5 in tonight's edition of the SRL Gator Nationals. For the first time in 770 days, it's great to be back. I'm Keelan Belsha, joined by my good friend, 11-time winner in the QuickTime iRacing League, Aiden Kirker. He's left the broadcast, or he's left the racetrack and joined us in the broadcast booth. Aiden, how's it feel to be back in QuickTime?
It's awesome. It's definitely a different feeling starting up this league for the second time. This league was always great for the first 3 or 4 seasons that it ran. I enjoyed my time as a driver, but I'm ready to commentate some races. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the return. I think that everyone watching is in for a good show tonight, and I think the drivers are in for a good time.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a blast today. We always seem to have some great racing back in the day in Season 2, Season 3, whatever we did. It just felt like we had a lot of fun, and I'm glad we are back today. Aiden, you won in this series 11 times, and today at Volusia, it is a track that you've won at before. You know your way around it. What do these drivers have to do today to get the win?
Well, Volusia is really one of the more high-speed racetracks that these drivers are going to encounter this season. And being the first race, everyone's kind of got... They're a little raw right now, a little green. They don't really know what to expect. I know a lot of these guys probably haven't touched a sprint car in a while. So the key is just going to be keeping your nose clean, surviving, and just getting acclimated with the car again. Tomorrow night, you're going to really see what everyone's got. Tonight's going to be learn the racetrack, learn how the lines form. Does the bottom work? I know that was a huge thing at Volusia. Sometimes this track gets slicked up and it really goes around the high side. But there has been an update with these sprint cars, 2 updates since we've actually ran the QuickTime Sprint Car Series, 2 major updates, that is. So they don't drive like the sprint cars we had in the first 4 seasons. They are completely different in how they handle, and same with the tracks, the way the moisture reacts and how the moisture interacts with the racetrack. It's going to be completely different than what anyone experienced beforehand. So searching to find those lines, I know that was something that was huge for me, is does the inside line. If you could get to be the first guy on the inside, you could really make some hay if it was down there. And fortunately, I was able to use that to my advantage and win here one time. So that's really going to be the key, is finding which line works and being the first guy down there or up there, and figuring out an advantage to use against your competitors.
Yeah, a track that moves around a lot, and that is one thing that we noticed with this Volusia Speedway Park. A lot of drivers who became champions in QuickTime won here in Volusia first, and that's what it took. Some great QuickTime drivers have won here before. Your Cody Meadows, the winningest driver in series history. Andrew Mays won here before. Trey Shuttlesworth, a guy who's got his only win here at this racetrack. And yeah, I mean it's just a track that a lot of people love because of how fast it is and how much you got to do to win here. So as we get started in the 5th season of the QuickTime Sprint Car Series, we want to give a big thank you to the KBueno Racing Network for having us out this season. It's an honor to be here, and it's my first time producing a stream. So let me know how I do. We'll see how we do. Tonight's edition of the QuickTime Sprint Car Series is brought to you by SweetTCrochets. Big title sponsor this year, a big switch up, and first time we have had a new title sponsor in a series. We want to thank SweetTCrochets for coming along for the ride. Qualifying currently underway as we take a look at the leaderboard right now. It is Cody Meadows on top of the board. He has finished up his lap in that number 1 car. So how important is qualifying when you come here to this racetrack, Aiden?
It's huge. You want to be the first guy to really learn what the track's going to do, and also it makes it really hard. This is kind of obvious, but it puts everyone else a step down because they have to pass you. So to get the lead, to be able to get the first choice of what line you're going to run, whether it be the bottom or the top, and not really have to react to anyone in front of you, is huge. But that also plays a little bit of a mind game. The guy that sits on the pole, you know that guy knows their way around the racetrack, and he's going to be the guy you're going to have to go through for it. But we have seen people come from the back here and win. That Trey Shuttlesworth win you mentioned, he came from very deep in the field to win the race in the feature. Is it everything? No, but it definitely helps when to start on the pole.
Yeah, the QuickTime Award's so important this season, sponsored by Blaze Designs with Blaze McKinney. Thank you for joining us this season as we have, I believe, 18 cars here tonight, so 2 drivers will be going home. There will be no dash tonight as we get 18 people in, $10 to win, courtesy of the Schumacher Racing League as we get towards the tail end of qualifying here. Cody Meadows still holding strong up top. Mason Coffey in what is supposed to be the 88 car today. Apparently he's in the 15. Is he on the 15 on your end too?
I see Cody in the number 1. Is that you're talking Cody?
Mason Coffey. Oh,
Mason Coffey. He's in the 15 car.
Oh, that's a little odd, but we'll get that fixed next time. Aiden Forster now to the top of the board, and while QuickTime was gone, he probably had the most eventful little off season as he picked up the professional World of Outlaws Series championship. And we see J.J. Hill a half second off the pace in last. As everybody has run their qualifying lap, Aiden Forster on the top of the board looking like he's going to take home the QuickTime Award as it stands. As you mentioned, qualifying is really important, and starting up front, it is really going to be important with what you do in today's race as we prepare ourselves for the first heat of the evening. There you see Aiden Forster here in that 20 car.
Yeah, Forrester, as you mentioned, he went and won the World of Outlaws Championship, the virtual World of Outlaws Championship. But he is also the last winner in the QuickTime Series. He got that first career win finally, or second career win, I believe. He won at Lernerville beforehand. At that before-mentioned Charlotte race on February 6th of 2022. So he's picking up right where he left off and starting on the pole tonight. It's going to run through him. I think he was about 0.3 faster than everyone else in qualifying. That's going to be hard to overcome for most of the drivers. So if you really have to look at a guy that's going to really take it to the competition and show them what they're made of, it's the World of Outlaws champion, Aiden Forster.
Aiden Forster, he is the guy who, for a long time, couldn't get a win in this series, and he finally got it done towards the tail end of what we had going here as he looks to start off the season strong, sitting top of the board right now, and I believe he is going to take the QuickTime Award as we get ready for our first heat of the evening, Aiden. This one's sponsored by USA Roller Coasters, as all the heat races will be this season, as we're going to get a look at the starting lineup for the first heat of the season. On pole, driving a number 20 Momentum SimSport machine from Cass City, Michigan, it's the Iceman Aiden Forster. And to his outside, it's the number 10 for Brent Marks Racing from Thomasville, Pennsylvania, the Asian sensation, Jack Young. That's not correct. Is that correct?
That's correct. Jack Young, second place,
okay.
But he will be starting first in Heat 2.
Okay, I'm not gonna use those qualifying graphics then, because that's not correct. It's Mason Coffey in the number 15 machine next to him from Winfield, Missouri. He's going to be in second.
Third place will be Big Bad Bo Krebs in the 168 machine, followed by Trent Curtis, a QuickTime newcomer, starting in fourth place.
Tyler No, a veteran in the QuickTime Sprint Car Series from Sylvania, Ohio, starts in the fifth position, with Alexander Schumacher, the SRL owner, who is joining us today in the number 68 car. He'll be rounding out the field. Top 3 will advance to the feature race tonight. The rest will be moving on to the B main, where they will try to punch their ticket into the race. Only one driver goes home, and we will see who that is. Aiden Forster and Mason Coffey going to lead us to the green flag in the first heat after one more pace lap. It's a lot more difficult here than you think it is, Aiden, when you have so much going on.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm struggling myself. It's the first time for me.
Dude, first time for everybody here, but I'm happy to be here. This is awesome. I've missed QuickTime. It's good.
Turn your mic up a little bit. There's a lot of people telling you to turn your mic up.
Turn my mic up. Hello? Hello? Wonder if that's better. We'll see.
We're going to try it out. We're coming to the green here.
Coming to the green flag, it's going to be Aiden Forster and Mason Coffey leading us to the green flag. And for the first time in over 700 days, we are green. Oh, trouble already.
Oh, big wreck in turn 1.
That was Mason Coffey in the 15 machine. Having trouble back there. As they battle behind him, Bo Krebs in the 168 on the bottom. Trent Curtis going to try to make a move on the outside. This is the battle for the transfer spot between Trent Curtis, that person behind him. I believe that is Tyler No in the 14.
Forrester stepping away here. Curtis looking to try to make a move on No into turn 1. He's going to try to get the momentum on the high side. Krebs slips a little bit in the slick. Curtis is second place. No trying to track them both down right now as they head to 3. Krebs at the bottom, looking for momentum on Curtis. Not going to get there. Curtis prevails. He takes full control of second place. Now got to try to track down the leader.
Bo Krebs trying to run down the 151 of Trent Curtis and make a move for that second position. Behind them, it is Tyler No in the 14, who is trying to track down the 168 of Krebs for that transfer position.
This track really in an awkward state right now. Most of the track is covered by some good moisture, but there's those slick spots around the middle of the speedway. That's really no man's land. So you're going to have a lot of cars on the bottom, like you see Forrester there, but you also have the guys trying to rip the cushion as they can't really do any crossover lines or slide job lines. They're really stuck in either the very bottom or the very top.
Aiden Forster in cruise control in this opening heat of the evening. The number 20 car wheeling through 3 and 4. He is going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go in the first USA Roller Coasters heat of the evening. It's going to be Aiden Forster,
really
green to checkered.
Really untouched. Very good job by him. No surprise to anyone. The World of Outlaws champion, showing the boys here in the QuickTime why he did get that status of champion.
Bo Krebs bringing home the final transfer spot. Him and Trent Curtis make it in. Tyler No, Alexander Schumacher, and Mason Coffey will have to work their way through tonight's B main. As we get a look at our second heat this evening, going to be led to the green by Jack Young in the number 10 machine. Give me 1 second. Not wanting to update, apparently. What's the starting lineup, Aiden?
Well, you're going to start off with the number 10, the Asian sensation, Jack Young, QuickTime veteran, followed by the AAA of Garrett Holsey from Elite Performance Industries. Third place is going to be Georgette Munier, sorry if I screwed that up, in the number 82. Austin Griffey in the number 57, starting in fourth. Sean Leisure in the number 67, standout star from the ISRL series, and QuickTime veteran starting fifth. And rounding out the field in Heat 2 will be the Gator, number 3, J.J. Hill.
There we go. Guess we'll just have to do it that way. Yeah, this little thing I got pulled up to help me select the cameras and whatnot is not wanting to cooperate. So
working out the kinks.
I mean, you know how it is. I'm just...
Yeah.
Ooh.
We said earlier the drivers are going to have to get acclimated to these cars. Well, we're going to have to get acclimated to the spring or the broadcasting.
Sure appears like it. Maybe this will work better for me.
Heat 2, 6 cars deep. Going to be really competitive in this one, hopefully. Jack Young leading them into turn 3. Pace Truck's going to take the dive into pit road coming up here. And Heat 2 will be coming to the green flag.
Jack Young going to bring him to the green. That's Garrett Holsey on his outside. Already trouble behind them. The 3 of J.J. Hill made it past it. That's the 82 of Georgette Muner in trouble. No more wing on the top of that race car. There's also Sean Leisure back there in trouble. As Jack Young drives by them in the race lead, Garrett Holsey right behind him trying to make a move for this heat victory.
Holsey right on the fuel cell. Jack Young, the Asian sensation, showing why he's one of the veterans in the QuickTime Sprint Car Series. Going to try to show this rookie what he's made of as they come off turn 2, holding the bottom side. Looks like they're going to keep it down there into turn 3. Holsey still right on that back fuel cell of the number 10, though.
Jack Young pacing him so far, but Garrett Holsey right in there behind him, trying not to let him get too far away, as they are right on top of each other for this second position. Sean Leisure back there in third, holding the final transfer spot right now.
Yeah, to correct that first wreck, that was not Leisure involved. That was Austin Griffey slow on the bottom as the 82 was flipping. Jack Young starting to slip away a little bit from the AAA. Must have got stuck in the slick. Holsey, that is. Still holding the bottom of the speedway. Not really moving up yet. We're going to hopefully see them start to move around as the feature becomes closer. But right now, all sprint cars to the bottom of the Volusia Speedway Park.
And we will see if that track moves up throughout the evening, Aiden, and it's going to be fun to watch because we don't really know what to expect because typically it moves up, but I remember a few races I watched back in the day here in QuickTime where it was just the bottom all the way around. So we will see if that's how it is tonight, as Jack Young is going to pace Garrett Holsey off of the final corner and win the second heat of the evening. Sean Leisure back there taking the final transfer spot as we get things sorted and get ready for the third heat of the evening. J.J. Hill, 12 seconds back. Not looking great for him. He will have to make it in through the B main. Muner and Griffey will finish it off as we get ready for our third USA Roller Coasters heat of the evening.
Yeah, unfortunately for the drivers, especially that 3 car, the adjustments cannot happen in the car. These are fixed setup races, so the driver is going to have to fix whatever problem he has with himself and get a little bit faster. And J.J. Hill, he's definitely going to be looking for some speed that he is definitely lacking.
Yeah, not a great start to the day for J.J. Hill. As we get things started for the third heat of the evening. See if I can get to him. No.
Yeah, Heat 3 reads like a QuickTime Hall of Fame with both Meadows and May, former champions of the series, headlining this grid.
Yeah, we got Cody Meadows in the 1 machine leading us to the green. Anthony Woodhull, another veteran, starting in the 2nd spot. Andrew May will roll off in the 3rd position. So 13 of Ollie Reeves in the 4th position. Rounding out this field is Joshua Lau in the number 99 machine.
Yeah, really interested to see how this Meadows and May battle goes down. You know it's going to come down to those two, and let me tell you, they have a history. Racing together, you have 2 high-profile drivers such as themselves. May, the inaugural champion of this, Meadows, the inaugural champion of this series. May, a 2-time champion of this series. Both have a lot of wins. Both have a lot of experience racing with each other. They know their strengths. They know their weaknesses. And it can get a little heated between the two. And especially that MFK versus Meadows rivalry that, unfortunately, I know a lot about. But I'm really excited to see how these two can race each other, and maybe we'll get a little bit of a rivalry rekindled here in the 5th season of the QuickTime Sprint Car Series.
Yeah, 2 guys who really got into it back in the day, and we will see 2 years later if they are still in that situation or not, as Cody Meadows will lead us to the green here. A 17-time winner in the series, including sprint cars and late models. He's going to bring us to the green flag here in Volusia, a track he has won at a few times in the past.
And the green flag is out. Meadows is going to lead him down to turn 1. Gets a little squirrely. This has been the cleanest start to a heat race so far. Everyone makes it see turn 2. May going to sneak by past Woodhull to second. Woodhull is going to try that cushion right now. Get some momentum on May, but it's not going to work. May's going to close the door. He's going to take over second.
Yeah, Woodhull trying at top, something that has not worked to this point in the evening as he sits back there in the third spot. Some work to do. Back there behind him, Ollie Reeves in that 13, trying to make a move for that spot as the top 3 are all under a blanket right now, Aiden.
And Woodhull, he's going to go past May. He might carry that momentum to get past Meadows down here off turn 4. Woodhull really ripping that cushion, and he's going to get there. Woodhull to the lead over Cody Meadows, but Meadows not going away quietly.
Anthony Woodhull, a guy who had yet to get that first win in the series. We had seen him several times, and he hadn't been able to crack into victory lane yet, and he is in the lead in this heat, leading Cody Meadows, the only guy we have seen rip that top so far. He found speed up there, and now we're going to have a battle for second between Andrew May and Cody Meadows.
Yeah, that 31-1. Those are 2 guys that are really hard to run away from, but Woodhull's making it look easy right now, and it's definitely helping them out that they're running side by side. Meadows, though, taking note of that high side. He's up there. May still married to the bottom. Let's see if that works out for him. I don't think it will, though. He might want to try to change things up here soon.
Yeah, they're going to be side by side. Andrew May continuing to fight on the bottom of the racetrack. And remember, this affects your starting position, too. The better you finish in this race, the better you will be starting in tonight's feature event. So this does matter. This position does matter. Even though you're both in the feature, you want to get that spot as Anthony Woodhull is checked out. All eyes on the battle for second between Andrew May, Cody Meadows. May to the bottom. Meadows going to stick it up top, and he is going to get second from Andrew May. All 3 of them transfer in. Ollie Reeves and Joshua Lau will have to work their way in. I believe that was the third and final heat of the evening as we get ready for the B-Main.
Good for Anthony Woodhull. I'm sure if he wins tonight, he's going to celebrate with some ice and milk. I don't know, that's a weird obsession he used to have in the prior seasons of this league. So, interesting character, but man, he really had that high side ripping. I'm excited to see what's this LCQ, what these guys can find. Maybe JJ Hill can find that inner race car driver in him and put this thing in the feature.
I mean, he's got some work to do as we see Tyler No and JJ Hill going to be the cars leading us to the green flag. Ollie Reeves in the 13, Alexander Schumacher in the 68 here in the B main. Sean Leisure back there in 5th. I think.
Leisure made it in.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but it.
5th is Austin Griffey.
Oh, I can't. That's why it wasn't working. I was wondering. Well, who else is in the field back there, Aiden?
Well, I don't really know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. Mason Coffey.
Mason Coffey.
I think that's it.
Joshua Lau's back there and Georgette Muner. What is JJ doing?
JJ Haudenshield, I guess. I don't know.
He needs to get it together if he wants to make the feature tonight, because...
Yeah, he's not taking this serious enough.
No, I mean... He wants to run, and he wants to run up front, but then he just does this stuff. What are we supposed to do with him?
Might have taken too many of those spiked noses.
I mean, it's a possibility.
You never know.
We never know with JJ. So we got 8 cars in here. Will one be going home?
I believe so. Yes, 7 to the feature. So we will have one driver that will not be racing in the feature tonight.
That'll be hard.
These guys are gonna have to settle it.
Yes.
It's a hard pick.
Settle it one way or another. As will be Tyler No leading us to the green. A guy who challenged you a couple times when we went to Bristol. You're still undefeated at that racetrack, and we don't go to it this season. But no, he was that one guy who was always like running in second, right when you were up there leading those races. As he will lead us to the green in the B main, it is underway. JJ Hill up top, Tyler No leading back there behind as they are. It's a hornet's nest back there for like the third position, Aiden.
Yeah, Hill already falling back to the field, goes from second. He now runs as, they get crossed up at the bottom. That was Griffey and I believe Mason Coffey. They get it back together, but they're side by side up for the lead off turn 2.
Up for the lead off of turn number 2. For the lead now off of turn number 4, it's Tyler No and Ollie Reeves making a battle for the lead here in that 13 car. He slides up, nearly takes out Tyler No, but they get it together now. Still racing hard up here in these front 2 positions. Ollie Reeves trying to make a move for it.
And how the tables turn, we had a lot of cars running the bottom in the feature races, and that since that last heat race, everyone's gone to the top, and it looks like Reeves is the only one that wants to stay married to that bottom line as the nightmare continues for JJ Hill.
Just not a good night at all. I don't know what happened there, but it's needs a miracle now to make tonight's feature event. 8 laps to go here in this B main. Tyler No still out in front of him. Ollie Reeves sitting there in the 3rd position as they now battle for 3rd. Austin Griffey, and it's the 15 machine of Mason Coffey trying to battle it out for the 3rd position back there. As these guys are all over each other, trying not to wreck each other. They all have the same goal of making tonight's feature event.
Yeah, Griffey, that last time up into turn 3 and 4, he does it again, trying to make his own lineup there in the marbles. As we get a car, it's JJ Hill again.
Hill.
Oh, no. As Mason Coffey slips by both of these guys off the turn. And as I was saying before, Griffey's trying to make his own lineup there in 3 and 4, all the way up in the marbles. I don't know how that's working for him, but, man, I don't see the thought process on that, but it's working. And now Coffey's doing it, too. I'm impressed that it's working for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a line they're making. You see Coffey kind of running a slider line right now, on board with Austin Griffey here in the number 57 machine, trying to work his way into tonight's feature event. Sitting in the 3rd spot, looking at Mason Coffey for that 2nd spot. Not really going to get a run for it, though, as it is all Tyler No way out front.
And these guys just need to recognize that, hey, JJ Hill, he made you guys' life easy. He's wrecked out. He's 4 laps down. They're all in the show. Just ride, take care of the car, see what the track's going to do the rest of the, I mean, it's really just 2 laps, but just make it to the end, and you're in the feature.
Tyler No going to put himself a B-main bandit. He's going to win at Volusia, and we get ready for feature action from Volusia. Everybody but JJ Hill makes it in the show tonight, and it's almost poetic. I mean, I hate it, but hate it for him. But I mean, what else would you expect coming to the QuickTime Sprint Car Series again?
Yeah, the day JJ Hill wins in this league, we will throw a huge party. But that's a day that has not come yet and doesn't look like it's very far in sight. He's going to hate us after watching this.
You think so? I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, nothing personal against JJ. He doesn't have it tonight.
No, I mean, tonight is just not... Oh, did we skip the warm-up?
We sure did.
We skipped the warm-up as we are going to see if this is working. Let's take a look. That's not correct, is it? Is it? Aiden Forster, Jack Young, front row? Is that correct?
That is correct, but it was also like that in qualifying.
Okay. Well, let's take a look and toggle. What? I told it to toggle. Wait, grid live. Maybe that's what we're looking at.
They're going 4 wide here, Caleb.
I'm giving up on this. Hang on. It won't turn off. Dude, you don't understand how frustrating this is. But the QuickTime Sprint Car Series is going 4 wide. And I'll try to get a look at it. There we go. We are 4 wide here at the QuickTime Sprint Car Series as they are back in action for the first time in over 700 days. This is their appreciation to you, the fans, for sticking it out with us on this broadcast. And just one of my favorite things about QuickTime is the fact they did this.
Oh, it's beautiful. There's nothing better in this world than sprint cars 4x4x4. It's just one of the most beautiful sights. It brings a tear to your eye. In real life, that is. Virtually, you can hold it a little bit, but I mean, it's just awesome.
Dude, I mean, it's cool. Why are you hating?
I'm not hating on nothing. I said I loved it.
I'm impressed. For the first time in nearly 2 years, they got it down for the most part. That was mighty impressive. It'll be a 25 lap feature tonight from Volusia in the SRL Gator Nationals, and first time in a while we are racing tonight. It's awesome to be back, Aiden. In my opinion, it's a great day. It's a monumental day in American history when QuickTime returns.
Oh, it's awesome. It almost makes me want to get behind the wheel of that 17 again. But not really.
Don't do that.
Not really. I'm not going to do
that. I think you're fine where you are.
No, Forrester will lap me.
You think so? You think he's that good now?
Probably.
No.
I don't think he's that good. I just think I'm that bad now.
Well, we're going to get a look at maybe which is which tonight. As Aiden Forster going to lead us to the green flag, Jack Young in the 10 car to his outside. 16 cars come to life for 25 laps at Volusia. We are underway in the QuickTime Sprint Car Series.
Forrester going to lead him off of 2, Jack Young and tail, and it's a hornet's nest behind them. Forrester to the bottom sides. Jack Young going to follow as the 151 all the way back there. He's the first one on the high side. Forrester, he's going to lead the first lap.
Jack Young remains in second as we get a look back further in the field back there in the third position. That is, let's see here. Who is that?
That is Trent Curtis.
Trent Curtis in the 151, making a run on the bottom side of the racetrack, or top side of the racetrack, I'm sorry. Sitting there in that third position. Aiden Forster continues to lead.
Yeah, Jack Young's going to have to try to do something to make sure that 20 does not step away from him. It's really not working much in his favor right now because he's not really making much track, and those guys, everyone else behind him is jockeying for position. They're catching him as well.
Almost trouble.
Yeah, it's a hornet's nest back here.
Yeah, with Cody Meadows, Anthony Woodhull, Garrett Holsey, that group of cars right there almost had big-time trouble. But they keep it together for the most part as they're still 3 wide back here. Great racing so far.
Ooh, contact. Mason Coffey's up and over.
That was Andrew May back there also in trouble as the caution is out for the first time this season. Mason Coffey, you said, was up and over in that 15 machine as he has towed it to pit road and he no longer has a wing. We'll take a look here to see what happened to bring out our first yellow of the season. Oh, come on. Whoa, we're going way too far back. Alright, I think we're about back here. You see Mason Coffey in the 15 machine right there in the middle with Andrew May. Right here. Nope, next lap.
Next lap.
We're going to see it the next time through.
Yeah, it really just looked like a bunch of cars going for the same piece of real estate, and May got in there a little too hard. Coffee came down, and boom, there's a wreck. Yeah, four abreast.
Yeah, Cody Meadows came down, and that left no room for anybody right there, as that was your look at the incident. As Aiden Forster has led them all to this point, going to be restarting with 19 to go, I believe. Jack Young in second. Trent Curtis in the third position.
Really interested to see if May had any damage from that. I know he just kind of did a little bit of a lazy spin, definitely not the worst end of the wreck like Coffee got, obviously tipping over and losing the wing. But that's a fast car. He was coming up to the field. Let's see how much that affects his progress.
Hopefully not too much, as Aiden Forster will be leading them to the green flag this time. Jack Young in the 10 car behind him. Trent Curtis, Garrett Holsey, Anthony Woodhull, Cody Meadows. Andrew May does maintain the 7th position back there. One of the winningest drivers in this series history. We will see what he can do in this action right here. Coming to the restart. Aiden Forster early on the gas. He will take the green flag and gap the field. Contact behind him, Trent Curtis and Garrett Holsey.
Holsey and Curtis are really going at it. As you see, Woodhull trying to get the position on Meadows. He's trying to make his name known here. And Sean Leisure also ripping the high side, trying to get some momentum on this pack of cars. He's side by side currently with the big unit, Andrew May, both trying to work their way up through the field early on.
You see Cody Meadows and Andrew May tracking down these cars in front of them. That's Garrett Holsey and Trent Curtis side by side for the 3rd position. Cody Meadows going down low, trying to make a move. He's going to go under Holsey 3 wide for the 3rd position.
The tale of 2 races right now. Top 2 pulling away. Single file. Really nothing going on. Nice leisurely Sunday drive. And back here, it's just all hell's broken loose. They are 3 wide. Slide jobs left and right. Going for it right now. Trying to get as much position as they can. Meadows trying to lead the charge on the bottom. Bringing it to Curtis. May to follow suit. Holsey on the high side now. Trying to get around Andrew May. And Woodhull all the way up against the guardrail. Trying to see if he can make up some ground and rekindle some magic he had in that 3rd heat race.
They are tight for this 3rd position right now. Meadows continuing to work the bottom. And the 151 of Trent Curtis up high, maintaining that spot for now. But Cody Meadows look like he's going to drive around him right now as we try to get a look at where this 20 car is compared to the rest of the field. It's lights out, really. He's in the middle of 3 and 4. Next closest car, Jack Young. Let's take a look at where he is. Forster nearly in the
as he gets the wall there. Oh, no.
Not what you want to do when you're in the lead. You don't need to be pushing it that hard when you're this far out front. As there you see how far Jack Young is back. A little over 2 seconds as Jack Young sits back there in a 2nd position trying to run down Aiden Forster. Back there in 3rd, it is Cody Meadows in the 1 machine working the bottom of the racetrack. In 4th, it's Trent Curtis in the 151. Andrew May, the 2-time champion, rounding out the top 5, but it is a swarm for that position.
I have to say, I believe something happened to that 67 with Sean Leisure. He dropped off the pace. He restarted 8th. He is now in the 12th position as May all the way up to the fuel cell of the 888 and looking for somewhere to go. Not really anywhere he can go. He's really in no man's land in those marbles in the center of the speedway. As now he gets to the outside of the 888 and loses ground again. It's going to be a really tough ask for Andrew May to get up front and win this race.
Garrett Holsey working the bottom of that racetrack on Anthony Woodhull as they continue to battle back here for the 3rd position. Trent Curtis still on the bottom. Cody Meadows still on the bottom. Trent Curtis still on the top. As Jack Young continues to fall. Oh, not now, Siri.
Ooh, Woodhull on the fence.
Oh.
Woodhull's upside down. Wow. Yikes, that was a hard hit.
Massive, as there's more trouble behind him. The 168 of Bo Krebs, Sean Leisure, may have also gotten into that one, as we'll take a look at what happened here.
And unfortunately, it looks like that fairy tale run for Woodhull has come to an end. The heat race early will not translate to a good finish in the future. He will be out, definitely, with that hit. That was a brutal wreck right into the end of that wall and up and over, losing the wing. You hate to see that for him.
Try to get a look here. What happened to Woodhull? Looks like he just hopped the cushion and boom, right in that tire barrier. Nowhere to go for Bo Krebs. Sean Leisure just barely pat cakes in there. But that'll...
Yeah, I think Leisure just net-coded through that. He might have got lucky with iRacing's connection, but Krebs not so fortunate. It looks like his day is also going to come to a quick end. hate to see it for those guys, like I said before, especially in the first race. You like to see everyone get a good run and get a good crack at it. But with 7 to go, man, I just don't see I don't see anybody that's not named Aiden Forrester winning unless something catastrophic happens to that 20 car.
Yeah, and under 10 to go, single file restart, so Forrester will not have to worry about Jack Young rivaling him on the outside, as it has been a dominant performance to this point. We just can't talk enough about the kid, really. He came in here, was a good top 5 driver in QuickTime, but never was really a threat for a victory. He was, but he couldn't get it done. And then QuickTime doesn't happen anymore. Forrester goes to the World of Outlaws, wins the championship. Now he's here looking like he's going to make himself $10 richer if he can hang on for 7 more circuits. Jack Young behind him. Not going to let him go too far.
Oh, those 2 former teammates as well, Young and Forrester.
We will see what happens here on board with... oh, that's a bad camera. On board with Cody Meadows here for the restart. Aiden Forrester takes the green. We are back underway.
Forrester, again, with a great start. Young unable to rival that, but now he's got a mirror full, if sprint cars had mirror, of Cody Meadows. Meadows, he's hungry to get past that 10 car, try to make a charge on that 20. It's going to be too little too late, I believe, to get past and go for the win. As, almost contact there. He tried to slide it under, but that gap closed in a hurry.
Battling back here for the 4th position, it's Garrett Holsey, and it is the 151 of Trent Curtis. All these guys putting together a good effort here tonight. Andrew May sitting back there 6th as Meadows goes way wide up and over the guardrail back there. That's not where you want to be. He's going to make it back onto the racetrack, but not good for Cody Meadows. We'll see if we can get a look at that at the next yellow or after the race, as Aiden Forrester has checked out. That moves Jack Young. He will maintain 2nd, and I believe that moves Garrett Holsey into the 3rd position.
Yes, and he's got a mirror full of Andrew May. Once again, those guys are battling hard back there. Unfortunate for Meadows, he brought it pit side. But right now, it is all Aiden Forrester coming to the white flag here at Volusia.
Andrew May might have had trouble there, too. He slipped back a little bit as there's 1 lap to go here at Volusia Speedway Park. Aiden Forrester, he won a race. The series ended. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Aiden Forrester wins the season opener at Volusia, wins $10, and he is a winner once again in the 410 series. Congratulations to Aiden Forrester. Jack Young 2nd, Garrett Holsey in the 3rd position.
Yeah, shout out to Garrett Holsey, first race out with the series. I know this race probably feels like a lot of first races out, but putting on the podium. Excited to talk to these guys. Congrats to Aiden Forrester. Unfortunately, I don't think this will be the biggest one in his career, but I'm sure it feels good.
Really good for Aiden Forrester, who brings it home in victory lane as we get a look at the results of this race, starting with the top 10. This one does work. How about that? Let me turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, and turn that off. Let's see. As we get a look at the finishing results in tonight's first feature race of the season, Aiden Forrester brings it home with the victory. Jack Young in 2nd, Garrett Holsey 3rd, Trent Curtis 4th, Andrew May 5th, Tyler No 6th, Sean Leisure in 7th, Georgette Muner, the Australian, in his debut finishes in 8th, Joshua Lau 9th, Ollie Reeves in the 10th position.
11th goes to Alexander Schumacher, the sponsor for the night. He finishes 1 lap behind the leader. Cody Meadows, he was almost to a podium. Fortunately, wrecks out late. He finishes in a 12th place spot. Bo Krebs caught up in an unfortunate accident. He brings home 13th. Woodhull 14th. Austin Griffey goes 15th. And Mason Coffey will come dead last in the feature. He's not dead last on the night. Got to mention J.J. Hill again.
Yeah, congratulations to J.J. Hill on not quite the best night of his career. And we will be right back with your top 3 finishers of tonight's race and tonight's Hard Charger.
Racing isn't easy. but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the QuickTime Sprint Car Series on the KBueno Racing Network. We have just wrapped up our first feature night of the season with race winner Aiden Forster. Aiden, you got us?
Yes, sir.
Wow. You got it done. I mean, it took you forever to get one when we first started this thing. Then you come back and you're just going to whip everybody like that. What's up with
that? Yeah, I'm glad to see the series is back. This is one of the most unique series I've ever ran over the years, and I'm glad to see it's back. It's been fun, and hopefully we can have a good season.
Yeah, and how does winning the World of Outlaws and all that, how does that translate here into QuickTime, where you get your first win of the season after it took you so long to get one in the first place? How did all that talent that you learned translate into today's race?
Yeah, it was just all about getting with a good group of guys that all want to do good as well. We put in a lot of time over the last 2.5 years of testing and just figuring stuff out on the cars, and we were able to. Our first year in Pro Series wasn't the best. We only got one of us in the top 10, but this year we were able to get two of us in the top 3 and one of us and all 3 of us in the top 5. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully next year we can do the same.
Yeah, and I'm sorry my trading paints wasn't cooperating today, so I'm sure you had a gorgeous car and I couldn't see it, but we'll try getting that fixed for tomorrow. Is there anybody you want to thank for tonight's great run?
I'd like to thank Speedshot 51, Trackside Collective, all those guys. We put a lot of time into the sim to get us here and get us a championship, and can't thank them enough.
Aiden Forster, your race winner tonight in the QuickTime Sprint Car Series. Second place finisher, Jack Young with Aiden Kirker.
Jack Young, Keelan Aiden in the booth. You got us?
Yes, I do.
Well, Jack, welcome back to the Sprint Car Series. I hope you had a good time tonight. Tell us about your race tonight.
I knew that qualifying was going to be, it was going to set up your whole night, so really I was just mainly focused on qualifying, and, I knew that I was being Forster the whole night, so really second is just, it's an accomplishment for me, so, the track was really bottom dominant the whole race, it seemed like, except for, like, the third heat, Woodhull on the top doing what he does, you know. But yeah, I just kept my car on the bottom and just kept it as close as I can to the inside wall and just try to stay straight, really.
Well, second place is a pretty good start to the season. Anything you're looking forward to for tomorrow night's race? Any improvements you want to make, or any expectations you have for the track going into the second race of the season, both at Volusia Speedway Park?
Um, I like to um I like to hopefully get my car to be able to move around more. Like maybe like try the middle a little bit more. I stayed the bottom the whole night. I didn't try the middle or the top at all. So maybe instead of just following the leader, I just try something else, you know what I mean? Instead of just following the leader and not doing nothing, you know what I mean? So that's probably really it.
All right. Well, good to have you back with us in the Sprint Car Series, the QuickTime Sprint Car Series, that is. Anyone you want to thank for tonight's second place run?
Yeah, first and foremost, you guys bring this league back. It really brings a lot of memories with, just Kirker, Keelan, just all of you guys. It brings back a lot of good memories, and hopefully we can live these memories longer. And I'd like to thank Brent Mark's sim team for giving me the opportunity to race and represent him. And I'd like to thank his sponsors, M&M Painting and Construction, Live Art Customs, High Performance Lubricants, Wolf Run Landscapes, Jeremy Sarfos Photography, KBueno Race Gear, Babs Paints, and my own sponsors, Core Asian Restaurant and Muddy Run Boar Goats.
All right. Jack Young, the Asian sensation, comes home with a P2 finish tonight and gets his season off with a bang.
That was Jack Young in the third position. There's so many people in this call. Garrett Holsey, third place finisher, right? That's correct?
Should be, yes.
Yes. Garrett Holsey, the third place finisher tonight in the 888 machine. Garrett, you got us?
Yep, gotcha.
First time I've ever gotten to speak to Garrett Holsey. How you doing, Garrett?
I'm doing good. Came off the Pro Series back in the end of January, and I've just kind of been chilling out. This is my first sprint car race actually since the update. So yeah, trying to figure things out.
Yeah, and I heard it was a big update. How different is that transition into the new sprint cars, new updates, new everything? Coming here, running your first race. How did it feel out there tonight?
It's really hard to say. I mean, since I don't have anything yet to base it off of or compare it to, like this is the only setup. Of course, it being a fixed setup, this is the only setup that I've worked with so far. So, to be honest, I really need to look at my own team setups and what they're running, how that feels before I can compare anything. But I mean, it was just really strange, really wacky. Felt very uncomfortable. But to be honest, that's kind of how I felt after the big dirt refresh back several months ago. I think it was back in the summer. I kind of felt the same way, so maybe just over time I'll feel a little bit better about it. But it was just too much on the bottom. I think it just came down to setup really, but it really came down to who could hug the inside wall the best. And if I hadn't really figured that out late in the race, I probably wouldn't have finished third.
It's a good thing you figured that out to bring home the machine number 888 in third, and I'm sure you have a great paint scheme on there as well. And I figured out what I did wrong. New settings for the broadcast. I forgot to turn hide card numbers off, so I will do that tomorrow. Make sure we get everybody's gorgeous schemes on here. You got anybody you want to thank for this third place run?
Yeah, I'll thank Sean English Racing, Elite Performance Industries, Flota Shocks, just those guys. Thank you, and yeah, hopefully we can take what we learned tonight, maybe make it a little bit better. I don't know if we'll touch the setups at all, but I'll be curious to see. I'll be curious to see how that goes.
Garrett Holsey with the third place finish this evening. Next up, our hard charger. Who got hard charger, Aiden?
I believe it was the number 82 of Georgette Muner, up from a 15th place starting spot to an 8th place finish. But I see no sight of them, so
They appear to be in a waiting booth, so they must not want to talk to us? You think it's?
I got a better idea.
What's up?
Let's interview Shuey.
That's a great idea. Shuey, our partner in crime, our sponsor, who has come up here for the Gator Nationals, Alexander Schumacher.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's going on, man? What? So, Siri, stop. So, how does it feel to be here in the Gator Nationals? I've never seen you run a sprint car before, and you did it tonight. SRL hopping on board, helping us get people paid out tonight. So, what's it like coming along on the sprint car side of things, something that you haven't really dipped your toes into as far as I know?
To be honest, about over the last few months, I've been kind of taking a stepping away from oval a little bit and trying to learn other things to make myself a better driver in different aspects. I competed in my first Daytona 24 earlier this year. That really helped me out. I did over 200 laps. It was a great experience. So when I had the opportunity of QuickTime coming back, especially with you guys and the friendship I have with everyone here, I just felt like it was something I couldn't pass up. You know, I'm not that well acquainted for dirt, and it's just the perfect opportunity to jump on, learn it, drive as hard as you can, drive as clean as you can, and you know, be a sponge and absorb as much as possible. So I can definitely tell you I was getting faster towards the end of the session, and it was honestly a miracle to make it, but I drove really clean and just kind of kept my nose clean. No issues at all, just kind of minding my manners. I didn't really want to press anything, and it worked out. So I'm just kind of happy patience was rewarded, and most importantly, like I said, just such a good first race for, you know, my first time ever even being in this car and being on dirt. So, you know, I can't really write it any better. I think I did a really good job for what I had available, and I'm looking to, you know, drive more and drive harder, especially with the schedule coming up. I think I can make things work. So, learning race at a time, taking in as much information I can, and just, you know, being careful and cautious because there's some really fast guys here, and you know, I want to learn as much as possible from them. So, you know, trying to be on everyone's good side and not be a hazard on track is very important. So I think if you keep all three of those things in check, you'll be good here in QuickTime. And so, yeah, it's just a great look for SRL as well. Really happy to sponsor. You know, SRL has been around for 3 years, and it's been a long time coming. We're starting Season 3 this April. The Clash is going to be on April 7th at Kern County with the next-gen cars. I do know that the QuickTime schedule does interfere with it in the latter half of the season, but the SRL schedule is really long. It goes all the way until October, so there should be plenty of opportunities available for a lot of people to race and come over when they're available and just hang out and, you know, just do the same thing I did if you're not really an oval guy and you're just a dirt guy and you just want to hang out, you know, just come race. You know, it's a good environment, good community, great people, and yeah, so thanks a lot.
Well, yeah, well, I had questions lined up for you, and you just basically answered all of them right there. So you've
You just made his job easy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't have to say nothing now. Well, we thank you for coming along with SRL and hopping on board and helping us out in the QuickTime side of things here. And I will be out there once this QuickTime season's over. I'll be out there. I'll be making a playoff push for the SRL and everything. So you watch out for Keelan Belcher. He's about to win every race he enters.
Heck yeah, I believe it. I'll be looking forward to it as well. Can't wait to get back on track. And as always, I'm still looking for my first win in my own league as well. So it is a hard thing to come by. So eventually, when I do get it, it'll be a harder-earned one. So just looking forward to the competition this year and all the great faces, and especially where a lot of people are ranging from. We got some guys in the league who have been around for a while that are going to make some ARCA debuts this year. And potentially a truck series race, so it's really cool to see some guys in the SRL community kind of get out into the actual NASCAR world and do things in that actual, you know, racing, and to see them in the server as well and racing on Sunday nights. It's going to be really cool, so looking forward to it. Can't wait to see you guys there, and as always, if anyone has any questions about it, you can feel free to message me on Discord or Instagram, or any way you can reach me. It doesn't really matter. I will be there, and I will answer anything you guys need.
Alexander Schumacher, thank you for joining us this evening as we get ready to close out things here at the Volusia Speedway Park. What a good night of racing. I thought we had a lot of fun out here tonight, Aiden.
I thought so too. I mean, Forrester just walked the dog to a win, but the racing back in the pack was phenomenal. Pretty clean for the most part. We only had, 2 incidents, and hey, when you can take 410s with guys that, haven't really raced together in a while. I know we had some pros. I want to apologize to Halsey. I didn't know he was a pro. I don't watch Pro Series stuff. But I'm less impressed now, actually, on that third place. I expect it more now. But
yeah, you should have
no,
won.
you
should have won.
Yeah, you should have won. I know the other guy that won was another pro, but you should have at least finished second. But no, I'm totally screwing with him. But I thought it was a fantastic race. Hopefully, this league is just kind of getting back off the ground. But hopefully it kind of grows back into what it was one day with the. I remember you had to send 10 cars home a couple years ago, and the fight to win in these races were so hard. So hopefully we'll get back to that. And I had a good time tonight. Fortunately, I won't be able to be here tomorrow night with you, but I know these guys are going to put on a good show, and it's going to be a great time for the second race of the season. And hopefully tonight was a sign of good things to come down the road in the SweetTCrochets QuickTime Sprint Car Series.
Yeah, and coverage of the QuickTime Sprint Car Series on the KBueno Racing Network is brought to you by SweetTCrochets. We want to thank them for hopping on board this season and making sure we're well fed here in QuickTime, and we are excited for a great season of action with them. And all our sponsors who have come along this season: SweetTCrochet, Blaze Designs, USA Roller Coasters, Charlie Byer Photography, the SRL, all of them for joining us for this ride this season. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to make the most of it, and if our features are anything like we had tonight, we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So for everybody at the KBueno Racing Network, from myself, Aiden Kirker, Kenneth Bueno, Francisco Bacallao, Charlie Byer, everybody else involved at the KBueno Racing Network studios, and for everybody at the QuickTime Sprint Car Series, it's Keelan Belsha. I wish you guys a good night.